Hi Cancer, and welcome to your snapshot reading. This is for Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, Venus, Jupiter placements. However, we're comprised of all 12 signs, so there may be other areas within your natal chart that you may be needing to hold a magnifying glass to and take a closer look at this time. So I hope you hear all that you need at this time, and definitely do subscribe before you leave. Let's get into what you guys have going on. This Three of Swords is like haunting you guys right now. All right, what you have is the overlying energy. You have the Fountain card. The Cruse that hounds you is the Knight of Coins. What's real about the situation? You have the Devil card. I think Taurus had the Devil card come out in the exact same position, so you could be dealing with an earth sign, namely a Taurus. Also heavy Capricorn placements, or this can just be something that's going on internally within you. But what's wrong about the situation? You have the Three of Swords. Where you guys need more information, you have your energy, the Chariot card. If it won't focus, I do apologize. But outcome, best case scenario for you guys, where you end up, you have the Ten of Coins. So bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords, so I feel like somebody is watching you, or you are keeping close tabs on somebody just because you just need to know like what's going on, you know what I'm saying? You just feel like there is a deep connection with this person, but it's like an obsessive type of energy that's codependent and very toxic. Okay, there's somebody that may not want to let you out of their sight, or you them, just because there are like issues surrounding trust and or having that like fearful, avoidant, or what is the other one, dismissive. I think it's dismissive avoidant and fearful avoidant type of attachment styles and relationships. But again, that comes from like their own upbringing, and you guys would know about that, because where you need more information, you have the Chariot card. Cancer, you rule the 4th house, which is all about upbringing, social conditioning, things that you suppress as well in your subconscious or your psyche that is trying to make you aware of certain things that you often tend to neglect. So those are heavy themes that are coming up for you guys. I feel like the only thing that's stopping you from moving forward is yourself, though, for sure here. Because what's real about the situation at the end of the day, and as far as energy is concerned and what you feel the heaviest, is like you are the breath of the universe is. Okay, and so also you speak things into existence. So I feel like if things haven't been going your way in like love relationship, a romantic relationship, then check back into the way that you speak about the relationship, the way that you speak about the person, you know what I'm saying, when they are in front of your face, and also when they're not around and you're having those conversations with your friends and family here. Because what's wrong about the situation, you have the Three of Swords, so you can be saying like some very hurtful things, or some things that go against what your actual beliefs are, or what you actually are trying to manifest as far as your love is concerned, and the way that you want the relationship to grow. And so you're feeding into that negativity, or you're allowing the opinions of your friends and family get in your head and to affect your heart and the decisions that you make when you're with this person. Okay, because for some of you guys, I feel like you aren't necessarily living together or living in the same city here, like long distance relationship coming through heavy with the Knight of Swords energy that's also at the bottom of the deck. And so it's a lot easier for you to be, what is that called? It's a lot easier for you to be swayed and or persuaded when other people have something to say like about your person, because you guys aren't in close proximity here. So that's what's coming through. And if it's not the way that you've been like speaking things into existence, or the way that you've been speaking or negating the relationship, it could just be the way that you think about it. If all you constantly have are negative thoughts or anxious thoughts here, or a very dismissive thoughts here or the way that you behave is very dismissive. Like when you're apart from the person, you miss them. You know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yet and still, when you are with the person, it's nothing but arguments, or it's nothing but like you coming off in a very nonchalant manner is what I'm getting. So it's just much like Aries had going on, or much like Pisces, it's a tug of war. It's a tug of war in matters of the heart. So where you need more information, just look at how you've been contradicting yourself in that way, where you say one thing but act in another way, or how this person says one thing but acts in another way. With this Chariot card being Cancer's house, it can be something psychologically that is wrong with you or the other person that you haven't looked into, that you don't want to admit to, potentially here. Admitting to, with the Fountain card, breath of the universe, and breath just speaking to the throat chakra and letting things out, vocalizing things that need to be said here. So I feel like there are some things that you guys aren't admitting as far as your psyche, psychological disorders or diseases are concerned. Some of you guys aren't seeking help. All you have to do is ask for help with the Fountain and the Knight of Coins energy. But I feel like what's stopping you guys is your pride here. But it's not doing anything but dissolving a lot of the relationships that you actually do care about, by you not getting the help that you actually need, going to therapy should you need it, or staying on your medications if you've already been prescribed something. Though I can understand with coins energy, and the coins can really speak to like nature and wanting to be all natural. So if you're trying to take a more what do they call that, like, is it homeopathic? You're trying to change your lifestyle to things that are just more like organic, or just like all natural remedies, then as long as you're doing the studies to support these changes and giving yourself enough time to adjust to those changes, you know, by all means do that. But if you're not yet at that point where you can really be a functioning individual without your medication, then go ahead and just keep taking that, okay? Or if you feel like it's something that's affecting you and affecting your ability to function to your highest degree, right, in your highest capabilities here, then go and get rechecked out. Speak up in that way so that you are getting the appropriate help that you need. If your doctor's unwilling to budge, you know what I'm saying, they're being very controlling and they're adamant about you sticking to the regimen that you have, but you know that you feel funny, you know, stuff feels weird, what have you, etc., then be open to breaking that relationship. I understand it's hard to find doctors that you can trust, etc., if this is your situation, but it is coming up, so this is for somebody that clicked on this video. Though it may not be convenient for you, you might have to travel a little bit further to get better help, you know, somebody that's actually going to listen to you and your concerns and what they are, and work with you. Themes that have been coming up for a lot of signs is like compliance and or cooperation. Then definitely take that chance and take that risk and find somebody else who would be willing to like lower the dosage for you or put you on something, again, that just isn't going to have such adverse side effects. So that's what's coming through here. But for most of you clicking on this video, it's somebody just needing to admit to something, to admit to what the truth is, or to speak up more and to stop contradicting themselves. Again, if this is not you and you're cross-watching to try to get like a heads up, again, spying on what the other person may be feeling and or going through, there's the tea, sis. But as far as you ending with the Ten of Coins, you have two very heavy Capricorn written cards, right? You have the Devil card and you have the 10, which is Capricorn's house. So as far as your honor, your worldly responsibilities, your status, and your career, that looks good. Okay, there are some changes going on with that. Maybe some of you guys are torn in between making a decision that might cause you to be apart from friends and or family. Say like you get this major offer, something that you at one point spoke into existence for yourself, your dream job. I feel like for some of you guys that is coming around the mountain, or a dream opportunity for you to be able to do something creatively that you've always wanted to do, that can also turn into an additional supplemental income. However, to really do that would mean that you have to like move to LA. Say you live in Texas, and so having to break your lease or make that career change and understand like what it is that you're leaving behind. For some of you guys, that's what's on the table for you guys, needing to make one of those decisions, but you're feeling torn. And then so this devil energy is more so like, oh my God, what are we gonna do if you leave? Life's not gonna be the same without you. You know what I mean? We won't be able to keep in touch. You know, just trying to do and or say anything to make you feel guilty, or like maybe it's not the right thing to do. If you're in a relationship and this is like the career change that's coming into your life pretty soon, then your partner is just like, well, you know, I don't believe in long distance. I don't believe our relationship will be able to survive while you're gone. Even if it's something where you get to travel a little bit more with the coin's energy, or it's like you go on these tours or deployments or something like that for like 3 months or 6 months at a time, but you're spending a copious amount of time in another area. Again, because it's like, then it's triggering this person's trust issues, right? Insecurities, self-consciousness, their jealous or like envious nature. Again, because sometimes you're involved with people that are comfortable so long as you are kind of like right where they are status wise. But the second that you start to climb up that social ladder, you're gaining more popularity, then you're perceived as a threat. And so that will just send shockwaves, and it'll start frightening those people, because then they don't have as much access to you. They can't use and or potentially abuse you with this devil energy anymore. They see all the great things coming in your life, and so they're wanting to get in your head. So just watch for that and what you decide to feed into, if you're going to feed into the temptation here. Or if you can understand that this is something that you've been waiting for a long time. This is something that you've been asking for to happen for you. And now that it's in front of your face, can you take that leap of faith? Can you really jump into and or take advantage of the opportunity? Because it works out for you if you do, you know what I mean? You're going to be able to live your wildest dreams. And that's why I feel like somebody's keeping tabs on you, because they don't want you to get to that point. They don't want you to like amount up to your fullest potential, or to amount up to a place, how am I trying to articulate that, where you're like better than them. That's really what's coming through here. All right. If you're in a relationship that's kind of been in a rough patch, going through a rough patch, there is potential for it to turn around and for you guys to have a more meaningful, more committed, more stable, solid, and supportive relationship. But it would require for this person to do things that help themselves, and do things that actually nourish the partnership, okay? For them to be a little bit more involved. If this person's struggling with like some mental health, and I understand once you're coupled, it's hard to like leave somebody and to leave them like, you know, in their darkest times when they actually need you the most here. But if they are unwilling to seek the help, then you're going to have to close out that chapter. Tens are all about closure as well, and start something else, okay? And go in a different direction, which is what the Swords energy speaks about. But if they're willing and doing the best that they can, and you actually see the effort and they're trying, then, you know, as long as they are doing what they need to do for them and to improve their situation, then boom, that shows that you've made the right decision to stay and commit. So that's what's coming through. If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need it. But if you don't, and I don't hear from you in the comment section below, then just do take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.